Could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain. Pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane. Pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test and expect nothing less. Your check as I'm chess, what's happening next? He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson. He got a new engine from pain, it's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just bold and obsession. All in his possession, you got their attention. I'll leave an impression and take your redemption. Just kill no discretion, your mind is a weapon. 11-11, it's time for progression. Could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try the chains, you can say no, free me. So he's been looking for somebody who could save him, instead of searching inside for what they...
Fuck you!
No, I'm keeping it in. How's it going, YouTube? My name is Embious. We're back together with another Borderlands 4 video, and I got a Soul Reaper Vex build for you right here. The idea behind this build is all to do with Grave Harvest. Grave Harvest and the kill skills. We'll go over everything pretty quickly here. The main game for this build right here is that you want to keep your action skill up as much as possible, because this is going to give you even more damage via the enchantment perk. You put 5 points into this, you get a bunch of kinetic damage added into your guns, so you don't even have to use kinetic guns, it's bonus kinetic damage. Now we're also putting 5 points over here to Grave Sustenance, so that on our kill skills, we get more action skill duration restoration, right? So the whole idea is you want to buff up your shots. I personally like using big shots. I like using like Jacob's weapons, like the Hot Slugger and stuff like that. You could run literally whatever you want, but the main game is keeping this alive. So we're putting some 3 points into Guns and Needles, gets us some more restoration on the Repkits, and that is going to feed into right here now with caffeine. So whenever you do use a Repkit, you also get 25% of your action skill cooldown back. And let's move over into the rest of the skills here. First 5 points I would like to put into Leeching Attunement. While you are using kinetic weapons, you don't have to do this one specifically. You could put the 5 points over here into Grave Sights if you wanted to use something else, but I personally like using kinetic weapons, so this is going to give you some more lifesteal. It's going to give you more reload speed while you're holding a kinetic weapon. The next 5 points I put over here into Grave Implements, so that on our kills we get more gun damage. Now this feeds in very, very well with Grave Power. Grave Power gives you 3 more stacks onto your kill skills. This being the kill skill over here, every single time we do get a stack on it, we're getting 20% more gun damage. So normally this is capped at 60% for the 3, but then you get to double that, so now you're getting 120% gun damage, which works really, really well with every single gun out there in the game. I am not going to put points into Bleed for this build, because at this current moment they have not fixed it. I heard that they're going to try to fix it, but you can put points over here into material components. If you don't care about how broken Bleed is, you can just go ahead and put the 5 points into Bloodletter. That gets you that status effect damage over time. And after this video, I'm definitely putting the points in, because at this point, I don't care anymore. So the next 5 points we're going to put into Drink Full. Whenever you're doing gun damage, the more and more that you do, you're going to get more fire rate, letting you do more gun damage. Easy peasy. Now this one is very important right here, Mortal Terror. Now this is a chance to activate the kill skills whenever you're critically hitting. It's only a 5% chance, so you'll get a lot of value out of this with fast firing weapons. But if you're killing the enemies anyways, it doesn't really matter too much. And I put 1 point over here just for an extra survivability right here. Whenever Vex does go down, you immediately get a second win and you become invisible for a little while, but you also cause an explosion, right? Now the cooldown on this is 120 seconds, 2 minutes. And you get to be invisible for 4 seconds. It's pretty nice. It's a nice quality of life perk that you got here. The last 2 points, you can literally put wherever you want. I put the last 2 points over here into Grave Sights. Oh yeah, not to mention, I did put some points over here into Conjunction as well. We are getting a ton of overshields from our class mod, so just getting even more gun damage and damage reduction from that as well. Feels really, really nice. Moving on over into the specializations. The main idea that you want to do, again, just boost your gun damage. This entire game revolves around gun damage. So what I would recommend at first, the first thing you want to prioritize is putting 10 points into runner, 10 points into sharpshooter, so you can get at least 1 point over here into daredevil. Now, after you get that unlocked, you can run either another 10 points into sharpshooter so that you can get the one shot, one kill. I personally went for the next 20 points to go into survivor so that I can get the best defense. This feels good because it's damage dealt at all times. It's not whenever we get a kill and then that excess damage gets stored in for the next shot. This works really, really well with the hot slugger. That's why I take it. If you want to use like more assault rifles or SMGs, I would recommend switching this out for riddle you this so that you get the gun damage from there instead. I picked this one for right now. Bullet train, it's not bad. We're moving a lot, we're flying around a lot. I like the movement in this game, but you could literally do whatever you want. If you're rocking the bleed build, the contamination, perfect choice for you to pick. Maybe even compounding afflictions, who knows. Whatever you want to do, you're not limited. Now, going over the gear, you can run whatever you want. I personally do like running the crit knife, but you don't need the crit knife as long as you hit critical hit shots, or you get some skills here where, like, for instance, your skill damage has a critical hit chance, your gun damage has a critical hit chance against any part of the enemies. This will give you like 15%. You could rock this if you really, really wanted to. You got some extra points that you're kind of flexible with on this build that you could just put it wherever you want here. More critical hits would help you spawn more soul orbs. Now, going over the gear, I personally run Hot Slugger. I like this. This is like one of my favorite weapons for mobbing. I just can't get over it. It feels great to use. We're buffing the hell out of gun damage. This is one of the hardest hitting shotguns in the game, if not the hardest hitting shotgun in the game, and it feels amazing to run it. The only thing that would make this thing better is if you can get it with a spread launcher. If you can get this with spread launcher, you've beaten the game in every single sense. Now, I'm rocking the Whiskey Foxtrot, and this one specifically is actually pretty damn good. The scrap cannon is all right, but what I was really surprised at is that having a Ripper licensed magazine on this to charge it at full auto actually hits really, really hard. The fire rate is insane. It's 18.5 bullets per second. That's nuts. And it like tears through enemies. It tears through them. And you can rock whatever you want, of course. I'm personally rocking this Dullahan spread launcher. It came with 1 bullet in the magazine, so the spread launcher hits for 25,000 per shot. It's really, really nice, and it feels great. But there's definitely some out there that are a bit better. Like if you got this in a purple variety, or maybe you find a legendary with a spread launcher where that only has 1 bullet. I don't know if that exists, but that would probably be the best one out there for you. Now, going over the Repkit, you can run whatever. The most important thing that you're looking for is amp. And rage goes pretty good with this too if you really want to get some more damage out on mobbing, or if you want to like buff a lot of shots all across. You can rock whatever you want. Like for instance, I had this kill spring here. I have enrage on it. It feels good, especially paired together with the Foxtrot that I got here. The enrage is going to buff every single bullet instead of just the first one. For the ordnance, yes, I do rock the penetrator knife, but like I said, you don't need to. You can even take this one. I love the Jacob's knives, especially when they have damage amp payload. Like even using the bouncing blade augment actually feels really, really good because that damage amp, that 15% extra damage from everything is really, really nice, and it hits multiple people. This can hit, I think, 3 people. Now, obviously, yes, the throwing the crit knife is going to be best in slot. Obviously, it makes every single build in the game even better than it normally would be. Right now, I'm rocking this because I'm not rocking bleed. If I was rocking bleed and I figured it was too broken, I would take it off and I would go for the bouncing blade augment instead. Now for the class mod, this is very important right here. We're using Ultra Teen Witch. Now, I did roll 4 points into conjunction. That is going to give me more gun damage, more damage reduction. When we got max health, our lifesteal goes to shields. When we got max shields, our lifesteal goes to over shields. It feels very, very nice. We got more assault rifle damage, so that makes it so that my Whiskey Foxtrot hits even harder. I would like to see this roll just like gun damage instead, if it can, and then lifesteal on top of that. It feels really good that way. Moving on over to the shields. Now this you can play around with. You could do whatever you want on the shield. It literally does not matter. If you're more concerned with bossing, definitely look for amp. You go for the energy shields. I was the jackass and I went for a fireworks amp. I didn't realize that amp can't go onto armor shields. So if you like doing more mobbing, fireworks is very nice, but just know that you won't have amp. I like amp on there because our shots are ricocheting anyways due to the Jacobs. That extra damage is going to be feeding into the one shot, one kill specialization. And then it just feels really, really nice because this helps out with more mobbing and bossing. So that's why I like personally running amp, especially with what's for dinner, because when the energy shield is active, the enemies have a 20% chance to drop over shield when hit. So that feeds into your gun damage even further. But like I said, you can run whatever you want. You can even run this one here, the Sparky shield. While the energy shield is not full, while you're shooting, this is what's going to happen here, because if you take amp on this one rolled pretty damn well, by the way. Shots are draining 35% of the shields for 150% gun damage. That's crazy. But while you're shooting, it shocks every single person that's around you, and it's pretty damn funny. It's kind of a meme, if you ask me, but it's very funny to see. And you can do whatever you want. Most important thing I would say to look for is amp. Now, we did get a legendary enhancement for Jacobs with Bound Pass and Sequencer on it. Now, I would say the more important thing to worry about is Bounce Pass for mobbing and Sequencer for bossing. If you were to pick one or the other, I would say go for Sequencer. I genuinely would. I think with mobbing, it helps out even more because you have a lot of badass enemies. The rolls aren't incredible. We did get more gun critical damage, but try to shoot for some things that are like gun damage or some kind of boost to the primary weapon that you use. Those will probably be best in slot for you. And lastly, let's go over firmware. I personally like running Deadeye. We're critting a lot. I do use the crit knife. So Deadeye feels really, really good for me. You could rock High Caliber. High Caliber feels really good. Bullets piercing enemies has some meme potential with different kinds of weapons. So if you've got like a Malawan shotgun that pierces enemies, that also hits the ground and explodes there, you're doing double damage. You know what I mean? You can rock whatever you want. I would say anything that boosts your gun damage, anything that boosts your damage from the guns, or the critical damage even, that's probably going to be the best for this build. Now, to get into the showcase for the build here, it's very, very simple. Just do damage. That's it. Like the entire idea is just shoot your guns, right? Now, I got a hot slugger here. If I shoot the hot slugger, you're seeing that it does about 140,000, 150,000, 160,000, you know what I mean? Somewhere around there. So whenever we do take a shot, it's taking some of the shields out from what's for dinner, and it's going to apply that to the shot. Now, the lifesteal we're getting is applying to the shields, so every single shot is giving us our shields back. So we have endless shields, and we could do this really fast here if we wanted to. Now, these guys are down on the ground, and we could pick these up for overshield because what's for dinner drops overshield. And we could just keep going. This feeds really, really well into a lot of different mobs, you know what I mean? Like Hot Slugger, I'm sorry, it's just like the king of mobbing, it feels like right now. At least I haven't found a gun that would be better than the Hot Slugger. It's just too good. Now, what you can do is you can use this guy. This is insane, only because it has that Ripper. The Whiskey Foxtrot with the Ripper magazine on it. Pretty fucking nice. We're getting all the lifesteal, so every single shot gets that extra shock damage. Our shields never go down. And we do a whole bunch of damage. Now, you can make things even better by just popping your Incarnate. And you'll get that extra gun damage out there. Because you also rock ricochets from Jacob's weapons here if you wanted to, you're hitting multiple enemies at the same time. And of course, yes, the crit knife does make this build even better because it makes it so that you can crit wherever you want. It gives you the damage and payload. It'll proc your soul orbs. Easy peasy. Now, there is something that is a little scuffy with fast firing weapons and the soul orbs. So now normally, if you're getting these soul orbs out there a lot, right? what it seems like it should be doing is this, right? If you have a bunch of soul orbs on somebody, I would imagine that they're all supposed to be proccing, but only one of them does, and it's only ticking for 1 damage. It's very weird. It's very weird. I feel like that should be proccing for every single soul orb we put on this enemy, but it just doesn't. So if that's a bug, somebody can let me know. Let me know down in the comments, because I am very curious on why that is. And also, how sick would it be if we could do a bunch of soul orbs on the guy like this, and we could blow them all up at once? That would be hot. That would be hot. Thank you guys for watching the video all the way up into the end. Do me a favor, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We got some more content coming for you like this. Next one is going to be Rafa. Hopefully we can find a build that nobody else has found before. Have a good one, guys. Peace.